Fire them up. That's what we do at the Andrew Gosser Show. We fire them up on 103.9 WYAB. We are moving and grooving this wet and dreary Thursday. Hope you all are making it through the rain and weather. Tropical storm Arthur has definitely brought a little bit of needed precipitation. Hopefully you're doing all right. It's great to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Look, we are streaming on Rumble. We are streaming on X. We are streaming on YouTube. And we are streaming at the mothership that is WYAB.com. So if you can't pick up the 50,000 watt blowtorch that is 103.9 WYAB, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Help build the station. Help build the channels. We'd appreciate that. You can follow me on X. You're going to want to follow me on X. I've got a lot of videos and audio that I'm using the show today, and I want you all to listen to it. I want you to be a part of it. And it's just at Andrew Gosser, ANDREW GASSER. Yep, that's where you can find me on X. And the number, if you want to be part of the show today, 601-879-0002. Text line is open at 601-879-5060. Yep. And the mission has not changed here at the Andrew Gosser Show. It has not changed. The mission is standard. We are here to equip the saints. Who are the saints? You are the saints. Gentle answer turns away wrath. Harsh word incites anger. Yep. And before we get into the show today, and I think we're going to take a very different tact than most people are talking about right now. I want to say, first of all, thank you to Blake Bartlam, filling on Monday. Dude, you're 17. You're killing it. You're going places, not just in radio and in media, but in life and in America, dude. And I appreciate you. Great job. Appreciate it. Brother Chris Hinkle, fantastic job. Really appreciate it. You bring a completely different demeanor to the program than I do, and people see it and people like it. And I just wanted to say thank you for filling in for me. And then Miss Lindsay yesterday, fantastic job doing the interview. Appreciate it. And allowing me to go on my vacation to go see my family and kids. This was planned, no medical or anything like that. And let me just say, I was excited to go see my mother and my family. But I am telling you, Mississippi is the greatest state in the union, hands down. And I kissed the frickin' ground when I got home. Ladies and gentlemen, we complain about a lot of stuff here in Mississippi. We complain about the weather. We complain about the heat and the humidity. We complain about the food. We find something to complain about everything. And one of the things we complain about is our highway system. Ladies and gentlemen, I was a highway commissioner. I know how roads are built. I know how traffic patterns flow, studied it, did all the things. Mississippi has got one of the best highway systems in the United States of America. I am not lying. If you are going to be driving in the greater Milwaukee area, your Apple Maps, don't use that crap. It'll send you off into a death spiral. Google Maps, it's going to put you in the wrong place. You need an abacus, a protractor, a compass, a Bible, and a scientific calculator to navigate. You know, everybody talks about the 2220 junction when you're going east on 20 and going towards 49 into Florida. You know, you get that merge, you got to cross over. It's like that times 20 in Milwaukee. And it sends you into these, you feel like you're in the Battlestar Galactica getting shot out of a spaceship flying through some of these tunnels. It's ridiculous. It was horrible. It was a nightmare. I absolutely hated it. It was great. Now, once you got outside the greater Milwaukee area, dude, Elkhorn, Wisconsin, beautiful. Absolutely loved it. I did traverse into the People's Democratic Republic of Illinois for a day to go visit my mom and sisters. You want to talk about a demon-depressed area. You want to talk about a sense of heaviness. Man, Illinois makes Louisiana look like heaven. And I always feel a sense of depression when I visit Louisiana too. Mississippi is a lot brighter and a lot more cheerful. But oh my gosh, the traffic in Milwaukee was just dismal, abysmal, horrid, treacherous, dangerous. And let me tell you something too, the state troopers in Wisconsin, if you get pulled over, you are paying a ticket. They got the credit card machine right there in the cop car. It's no joke. Now we gotta be truthful about the trip to Wisconsin. The food is first class. You know, we went to this restaurant on the top of a building and, 9 stories up, it was an Italian place, don't know the name of it, don't care. It was incredible. Homemade limoncello, ladies and gentlemen. Did we get plastered? No, but did we sample it? Oh, you bet your sweet bippy. Absolutely delicious. It was so good, and the food was just incredible. We went to a Mexican taqueria to watch a soccer game. Yep, and for those of you wondering what that beep was, that was just the computer doing its normal startup in the middle of the show because that's how crooked and corrupt Microsoft is. But I digress. Man, the food that they had there was so good. The cheese curds were legit. Nope, didn't try any beer, didn't try any wine. Did have to try the limoncello because that was legit. And, of course, I got to sample Nana's homemade chicken and dumplings, which is my favorite meal on earth, and it is absolutely delicious. I got to eat that with my family, and my sister's world famous garlic dip was awesome. And it just kinda goes to it really brought into perspective a lot of things that we talk about here on the radio. You know, we'll talk about the truth and the doom and gloom and whatever else we need to talk about, but I am sincerely and that my wife and daughter and family would say this, a positive person. Hello, chat. Everybody checking in. I I like to think of him a glass half full kind of guy. I there's not to say that there's not bad stuff going on, but my gosh, there's so much to be proud of other than the whoever the engineers in Milwaukee are who designed the highway system. That right there is just goes to show you that government cost plus contracting is real and it's not good. If I never drive those roads again, oh my god, I'll take the potholes in Jackson. I'll do it all. But I'm a glass half full kind of guy. And I got to reflect on a lot of this as I was away from Mississippi, and because it's for me to put together a radio show takes time, takes hours. But okay, what's going on in the world today? What can doom and gloom kind of stuff? Oh, I know the doom and gloom. We got to do this check in. We didn't do our AI check in. 20 days to make us believe that AI is reality. 20 days, ladies and gentlemen. And I did notice that my algorithm has changed just from the last week. I can't find things that I saved for the show because I specifically wanted to use them for today's show. And yep, Wex Texas crude oil, 74.80 a barrel. Brent crude, 78.20 a barrel. Everybody's like, Andy, we didn't need to go to war. Actually, we did. And I didn't realize it, but Mr. James Kelly, I got your emails, but you sent so many of them that it flagged you as spam. And and brother, I appreciate the show prep, but not today. We got too many other great things to talk about. It is the World Cup season, ladies and gentlemen. I will be going to watch the United States men's national team play tomorrow. If you did not watch the United States men's national team play last Friday, you all missed the greatest soccer game in U.S. men's national team history. I had friends from all over the world texting me, calling me, saying, Andy, what's going on here? What are we doing? We look like prime Barcelona, prime Real Madrid, prime PSG. Dare I say prime Arsenal? You know, when we went undefeated. The football was smooth and silky, easy on the eyes. Folarin Balogun, baller, born in Brooklyn, baller. And the amazing thing about this is the reactions I'm getting from all my friends who don't watch soccer, who don't watch football, the real football, not American football. And I know I catch a lot of strays for that, but hey, I grew up watching it, and I'm glad I did. I can play the beautiful game with a pair of sneakers and a $10 ball from Walmart. We can make goals out of trees. It's just a different sport, and to watch all the cultures come together in the United States of America, and to see the people loving on America, not these doomsayers and gloomsayers, black pillars. Nope. And that's not to say that things aren't going on that need to be talked about, but my gosh, there is so much great stuff going on. And to watch these international people, these Europeans, these South Americans, these Asians, these Africans, all coming over to America legally. And I know that there's some people who didn't get allowed in. Well, that's just tough. Sucks to be you. You're not an American, and you were deemed not worthy to enter the United States, and you're not. Kabow. Get out of here. Has anybody seen what the Scots have done to Boston? Dude, they are drinking Boston bars dry. Put that in your pipe and smoke it for a second. They are drinking bars dry. You don't hear about the streets get full of violence. You don't hear about the culture destroying Boston, burning down cars. I know the Knicks are going to have a parade today. You're going to see all sorts of craziness go on there. You know, when Arsenal won the championship, they didn't have cars being burned down. They didn't have violence. They had 8 public drunken disorderly conduct charges. 8 out of 1,000,000. That's not what happened in France when PSG won the championship. Women fearing for their lives. We got lots to talk about. Lots of positive stuff to talk about. World Cup is great. And tomorrow the U.S. are playing. I'm going to go frequent one of the bars here on WYAB to watch the game. And we're going to talk about it. But when we get back, we've got to listen to some of these Europeans and what they think about the United States of America. You are tuned into the Andrew Gospel Show on 103.9 WYAB. We'll be right back.
Select compact tractors. Sail in soon. Stop by your local dealer or go to gokubota.com.
Visit Davini Equipment in Madison and Jackson or at daviniEquipment.com.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
You love your land, and you have plans for it. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love the great deals on our versatile, reliable lineup, helping you turn dream projects into reality. Visit your Kubota dealer today for the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, 0% financing available or save up to $5,500 off select compact tractors. Sail in soon. Stop by your local dealer or go to gokubota.com.
Visit Davini Equipment in Madison and Jackson or at daviniEquipment.com.
Here is what real customers have to say about Rotor's plumbing service.
This is Leah. I wanted to tell people what a wonderful job Rotor's Plumber did for me recently. I called, Chris Rotor answered the phone. He had somebody out in no time. They fixed me real fast. I couldn't believe they came out here like that. That's all I can say.
Plumbing problems? You need Rotor's Plumbing. Visit rotorsplumbing.com today.
At Flora Animal Hospital, our team doesn't just take care of your pet's needs. We feel like it starts with the pet parents. If the pet parent is informed thoroughly and understands the situation with the animal and why certain things need to be done or certain medications need to be given, it's easier to get that done. Our website is floraanimalhospital.com. It'll take you straight to the online store where your medicine can be purchased, food can be purchased, prescription or non-prescription, and they will be shipped straight to your front door. floraanimalhospital.com.
Huddle up, wing lovers, and double your count for less on Wing Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. When you buy one order of traditional wings, get one for 50% off. No time to dine? Order for delivery and wing it up with a crew at home. Or pick up takeout when you're on the go. Limit one per order, not valid with any other offers. Additional terms and conditions apply. Huddle up for Wing Tuesday at Buffalo Wild Wings.
How do you get the hell out of your life?
Get on your knees and cry out to the Lord. He hears you right where you are.
Oh, gosh. Jesus.
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 How do you get the hell out of your life?
He will love that hell out of you. You trust in him, and you let him love the hell right out of you.
So how do you get the hell out of your life? Listen Saturday mornings at 7 and 7:30 on 103.9 WYAB or wherever you get your podcasts.
And we are back here at the Andrew Gosser Show on 103.9 WYAB. 601-879-0002 is the number if you want to join the program today. Look, got text during the break, chat going up. Grateful for everybody there wanting to talk about other issues. Look, if you want to talk about the doom and gloom, and that's okay, but that's not where I'm going, because America is beautiful. This country is awesome, and we have all been programmed to sit there and think that our country sucks. The Europeans have been programmed to think that this country sucks, but I want you to listen to this. Listen to what these Europeans are saying about our country, and they're sitting there and they are getting the biggest red pill that can be ever given to somebody. It's ridiculous.
Can we stop calling Americans uncultured because they haven't traveled outside of America? No, seriously. As a Brit in America, and if I lived here, I'm telling you now, I would never leave America for a vacation. America has everything. Every landscape you can think of, every weather you can think of, and you want it in America, you get it. You go to a different state. You go to the East Coast, you go to the West Coast, you go to the Midwest. America has everything. As a Brit, I live on a little island. I can take a 40-minute flight to a whole different country, right? I can do that because it's small. Americans don't need a passport. They don't need a passport. It doesn't.
And this guy goes on and on and on about how great America is. And it is. America is just that good. But we've got a news media. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If this was World War II, the Nazis and Japanese would have won with the media that we have today. And it's not that they're not reporting things that aren't true. They're just not balanced, and they're completely unfactual. They will bend the story to fit their narrative. Look at Iran. Perfect example. Listen to this Afrikaner talk about the United States of America. As it sits there and gets the spinning wheel of death. Let me try one more time here.
Okay, you got to check this out. There is people walking everywhere. There are women walking alone with fancy handbags, jewelry on, glasses on. They're not being harassed, nothing. Then Right here, you've got a park, not a speck of litter, beautiful flowers, a bench that hasn't got someone raping someone on it, clean and tidy. You got squirrels that haven't been eaten by savages.
Don't tell that to the residents in Ohio. They eat the cats. They eat the dogs.
This place is freaking awesome. Look at this. Spotless, clean, safe.
Yep, and you're in a Republican-run city right now too. Let's get that straight.
This is what it feels like to live in a first world country. Look at this. There's another bench, and it's not vandalized and broken.
The benches, people. The Europeans and the Afrikaners are noticing the clean benches. Man, what type of hellhole must they live in?
Broken and destroyed. If that was South Africa, gosh, first of all, I wouldn't be able to walk through this blimmin' park by myself, holding a pair of glasses and a cell phone. We all know that. But then you get here, and you're completely safe. Completely safe. I mean, there's, like I say, there's women everywhere walking completely alone. This is unfathomable to any South African watching this video. I mean, I'm in awe of the United States of America. It is so beautiful, and it is so safe, even safe for the squirrels, for goodness sakes. Ah, man, you can't make this up. This is too wonderful.
And he goes on about the squirrels for another 30 seconds, but we don't need to talk about Mr. Squirrel. Because people are coming into America and realizing all the crap that's been fed into us by the mainstream media. And oh, by the way, Mr. Agent who sits there and constantly mocks me about Operation Mockingbird, I'm right, and you're wrong. And this is the biggest pill of it all. Now, what really stinks about this is there's some videos that I can't play because it'll tear down the stream. Because it's got music in the background that doesn't do anything like that. And it is a shame to watch people experience freedom like they read it in myths and fairy tales. Like America is like this Atlantis continent, this city of Atlantis figure, this mythical place. It's not. It's right here in Mississippi. There's some parts of Mississippi that aren't the best. And there are some people who are here who are cancer and aren't here to actually improve the country, improve the state, improve their community, but they're here to grift off of it. We've got some more videos. Oh, this one here. We're going to talk about this one. This lady is just hilarious.
I was well and truly born in the wrong country. I'm a British girl, and I have been to around 27 different countries in my whole life. I've been to the Caribbean, I've been to St. Lucia, I've been to Barbados, I've been to Southeast Asia, Thailand, Bali, places in Europe.
Great, you've been all around the world, you 1%er. Tell us what you really think.
I've been all over the world, basically, and nothing comes close to the USA. You can get every single landscape, every single climate, you can get everything in the US. The people, the food, the landscapes, the cars, the trucks, everything in the US simply beats anything I've ever experienced.
Simply beats anything I've ever experienced. Yep, we're just that darn good. There are men and women who've given their ultimate sacrifice for you to have it that good. But you'll sit there and you'll complain about stuff that happened years and years, decades and centuries ago. You're living on a legacy that needs to die. Not forgotten, but needs to die. And the news media and certain people in our society will just sit there and they will grift off of that till they can't grift off of it anymore. And I just don't want to be part of that crowd. The sweepy often says, Andy, you're too positive about things. And I'm like, well, what do I want to sit here, whine and suck and complain about it? And maybe it's the military. Dudes, you know how it is. Embrace the suck. She was totally complimenting the United States of America. She was totally complimenting the United States of America.
Anywhere in the world. I was born in the wrong country. I feel like
she's basically renouncing her citizenship on social media to Britain and wants to come to America.
I belong in the US. My heart is there. I mean, we found a puppy in the US. We rescued a puppy in the US and brought her home to the UK.
Can we trade this woman out for Jerry Thomas or whatever the liar's name was, who calls in and sits there and badmouths this country? We'll do a 1-for-1 swap. We'll do a 2-for-1 swap.
There are no words to describe how lucky you guys are to live there. Americans are so lucky to live in such an amazing country. And I wish I was there, guys, honestly.
Yep. She wishes she was here. Let me go ahead and repost that on X at Andrew Gasser, ANDREWGASSER. Maybe you disagree with her, but I don't. You see, there's people sitting here talking about how we live in poverty and Mississippi's the most impoverished state. But the poverty that we have here in the United States is nothing. It is nothing. Absolutely microscopic, nanoscopic. Nothing compared to the poverty I've seen in the Middle East. Nothing to the poverty I've seen in Africa. Nothing in the poverty that I've seen in South America. Did I say South America, Africa, Afghanistan, Middle East? I think I covered it all. You've got cell phone coverage, for crying out loud. You can sit there and call in like you're sitting there doing right now. Sitting there, you've got that freedom. There are countries that you talk about how great Somalia is. You don't have none of this in Somalia. Somaliland. You know, we need a new program. And if I get to the video, if I can find it, again, the algorithm shifted how it saved certain videos for me. But I think we need to take $1 billion of all this fraud money that the Somalis have stolen out of the federal tax treasury and make it so that we buy one round or one magazine full of ammunition for every visiting European here in America during the World Cup. We need to get these people on the firing ranges, ladies and gentlemen. We need to teach them the wonderful life that is the Second Amendment. We need to have training classes. Look, we would do more for world security and freedom if we just trained up these Europeans to protect their own country. I'm telling you now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you now. Someone asking for more of that 6-minute interview. Look, I've got more of these. We're going to get to them because why? It's positive, and we need positive action taken in this country, not negative. Look, I can talk about how Obama stiffened contractors in Illinois for the Obama Library opening up. It's President Trump's birthday today. It's the Sweet Pea's birthday today, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we've got all sorts of other stories to talk about, but I want to keep it positive. I do, at least for the first hour, because there's too much good stuff going on in life. There's just too much reason to be above ground. There's too many reasons not to fight for the good of this country. This country is the best thing going. And we forgot our roots. But I got a video about that too. We'll play that in the next segment. You are tuned into the Andrew Gasser Show on 103.9 WYAB. We'll be right back.
.9 WYAB.
Fox News commentary with Brian Kilmeade next.
It's Will Tane country.
If she truly believed that he was having a stroke, she would have sought medical attention immediately. She would have taken him to the hospital. He's got his own medical team, to your point. This is a lie. It's a flat out lie. Every bit of it is a lie. She didn't have that legitimate concern for her husband because she had seen this before.
Get the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Here's Brian Kilmeade.
I was just reading this story about sports radio, and for the longest time, sports radio would just mock the World Cup. Nobody cares about soccer, except for once in a while you have a host that would care about it. I got news for you. Hockey's done. The NBA's done. Football is off. Major League Baseball is, I don't know. You want to talk about baseball for 3 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day? I don't even think baseball players want to talk about it. Your only choice is to watch the World Cup and understand it. But I think you don't have an obligation to be an expert. Just observe it. What I think is fantastic is, and you must be seeing some of this on social media, there's so many tourists here who are taking the time in between games. Sometimes you got 4 or 5 games, your team's not playing. You don't want to spend $5,000 for tickets to games you don't really care about the teams. So you travel, and people are loving the country.
For more commentary like this, go to foxnewspodcast.com.
If you had an accident and had your vehicle repaired at the insurance company preferred shop, you might consider calling Clinton Body Shop to schedule a post-repair inspection. 5 of the last 6 cars we inspected were bought back by the insurer or repair shop due to unsafe repairs. Your family's safety and your investment are at risk. You may have a diminished value claim due to repairs.
America, like
Did your insurance company mention that?
Country music
In
on the
Clinton
radio.
And in Richland, we work for you. We take pride in perfection.
Hi, this is Mary Beth Hardy, owner of Flora Pharmacy. Flora Pharmacy is proud to be locally owned and operated. We believe in the power of community and personalized care. At Flora Pharmacy, we treat you like family. And for your convenience, we offer curbside service and prescription home delivery. Just pull up and we'll bring your prescriptions right to you. Can't make it to our store? Flora Pharmacy will drive it to your doorstep.
How do you get to the
best
World
pharmacy
Cup
in town
without
today
shelling out
at
a
Flora
fortune?
Pharmacy, where
Well,
care meets convenience.
maybe you
Highway
take
49 in Flora.
Need equipment that works as hard as you do? Come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage.
The yellow
Thousands
buses
of you
are
have
actually
already
real?
made the short drive to see us at H&H for the state's best deals on CM truck beds, Big Tex trailers, Wells Fargo enclosed trailers, and even rugged Candy electric utility vehicles. At H&H, our equipment is built for the farm, job site, hunting camp, or anywhere around your property. So visit me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales on Highway 35 North in Carthage, or online anytime at hhchiefsales.com.
Every night, thousands of Mississippians gather around the radio to follow the hottest team in baseball, the Atlanta Braves. And the voice leading the way? Madison's own Ben Ingram. Local Roots, a winning team. If your business wants to connect with loyal, engaged listeners all season long, there's still time to become a Braves broadcast sponsor on WYAB. To learn more, email info@wyab.com. It costs a lot less than you think. That's info@wyab.com.
This is Demario Davis from the New Orleans Saints. As a Brandon, Mississippi native, I've seen the positive effects Mercy House Adult and Teen Challenge has across the state. Help us restore broken families and fight against addiction by donating an unneeded vehicle, even if it doesn't run. Mercy House will pick it up for you. All paperwork is handled and you receive a tax deduction. Call 601-572-7296 or visit vehicledonationsms.com.
Thank you for helping us get our daddies back.
And we are back here on the Andrew Gosser Show on 103.9 WYAB. Ladies and gentlemen, who would have thought it that the yellow school bus would be taking over Europe by storm?
Wait, the yellow buses are actually real?
Yes, all over.
What? I thought that was like only in cartoons.
No.
You guys actually have them.
America, my British dad is visiting for the first time from the UK. What do you think? Here he is. What do you think of school buses? The American classic school buses.
I've seen 2 today. Brilliant. Dirty, great big overhang on the back. That's what we're looking at.
Ladies and gentlemen, they get nothing but American hate on the BBC, Sky Sports, Sky News. And they're coming to America and they're freaking out over a yellow school bus. I say we send the yellow school buses, the ones that we don't use anymore. Let's just send them to England. We'll fill them full of guns and train the people how to shoot the guns. England can take its country back with the yellow school buses and AR-15s. It'd be glorious.
We got nothing like that in the UK.
As an Aussie going to America, I was like, those yellow school buses don't exist. Until they do, our buses are nothing like this. It's almost like I'm in one. I only took one photo of these buses because I was like, school kids taking photos, not about it. I just say the rules are when that pops out, you stop. Can confirm I love these.
Oh my
God, the yellow school bus is real. The yellow elementary bus is real.
This dude is in hot pursuit chasing a yellow school bus. We're on WYAB 1039 talking about Europeans loving yellow school buses. This is international diplomacy at its finest. It cost us nothing. All the Europeans want to do is drink our beer, watch the soccer games, and ride the yellow school bus. Don't put them on the short bus. No short bus. Well, we can put the Obamas on the short bus, but that's the only people we're putting on the short bus.
I'm gonna go for a ride. Hey, y'all, wait up! Oh my God, this is so surreal. This doesn't even feel like real life. Hey, I'm finally going for a ride in your school bus.
He is now on the school bus with American children. How exciting is that? Some people would say that's dangerous. You can see the Karens out there. Nah.
8 years old. I'm gonna go for someone called cops. Even the houses and the guy that throws the paper on the drive. And the letterboxes. Life isn't a lie. Let's see if they've got any mail.
Guess what? Our transport back to the motel is an American school bus.
They're taking a transport back to the hotel from the soccer game in what? A yellow school bus. Ladies and gentlemen, if I came back to you saying I'm going to come back from vacation and the topic for the third segment of the first hour is going to be the yellow school bus, you'd think I'm crazy. And maybe I am a little bit. But we have been so conditioned. We have been so cultured. We have been so beat down. We have been lied to so much by the, whatever you want to call it, the deep state, the one world government, the new world order. That we can't even appreciate the good stuff that we've got here. Heck, even with this rainstorm, we've got the weather app. I know it traumatizes kids when it sits there and all these bad things come out and the kids don't have the processing ability to realize that the hurricane is hitting over on the border of Texas and Louisiana. And all they get is the doom scrolling. They don't realize it. And it creates a pattern of fear. And for those of us who are Gen X and millennials, we know better. We grew up without that garbage. Well, millennials kind of did. But us Gen Xers, we don't give a flip. We hear tornado warning. We go out to the front porch to see if we can stare down the tornado. We got to get through this video, man. The yellow school buses, man. This makes me happy.
No, because I'm actually living my childhood dream right now, boy.
Childhood dream to ride the yellow school bus. Girl, here in America, we make dreams come true. One dream at a time.
What's going on? Okay, let's go inside and explore. Oh my gosh, wait. Oh, it's steep. That's where the driver is. So sick. And now bum test. It's comfy.
Bum test. The school buses passed the bum test. Who rode the school bus back in the day and sat in the back and hoping you hit a pothole and you'd bounce on the seat and you hit it just right, you time it just right, and your head would slam into the roof because you bounced so hard? Now these new school buses have seatbelts. Seatbelts are for losers. So are helmets when you're riding a bicycle. We're Generation X, man. We didn't have knee pads and elbow pads and helmets. We'd build ramps and then lay down in front of it and hope to heck that your buddy who was jumping the ramp didn't land on you. We made it out all right.
The seat is very cushiony. Guys, hold up. What's going on? Ceiling as well is also quite high, which I'm actually really surprised. And also a cheeky floor inspection. It's clean. Not a single piece of garbage either. Hold up, American school buses. You're Angelina certified.
Absolutely going insane over the yellow school bus, ladies and gentlemen. It really makes us think about what we're whining and complaining about as a society here in America. It really makes me wonder about what we're doing with our elected officials in Washington, D.C. You know, President Trump is the reason that we got the World Cup to the United States in his first term. And now he's getting to experience it here in his second term. And we're sitting here. I mean, my liberal friends, their minds are blown. 2 of them have blocked me because they can't handle it. They can't handle that America is the best country in the world. They can't handle it that America is a Christian nation, and it is. Have you heard about the reflective pool that Trump redid, by the way? How he redid it and he painted it a darker blue? And the liberals were ticked off. They actually had an algae protest. They have to put guards around the reflecting pool because they're worried that liberals are going to put algae into the reflecting pool. How horrible is that? How terrible is that? Liberals, you can't have nothing nice around them. They'll just muck it up. They're like a bunch of ducks. You put them in a complete clean pool of water and they poop it all up. But listen to this. Listen to this. This right here, if you're rolling with the Holy Ghost, you're going to appreciate this. If you're not rolling with the Holy Ghost, you might not appreciate this. But this is the beautiful thing about America.
Just look at this. You can't make this up. This is really Trump's America. You've got people singing beautiful Christian hymns. You've got this lovely gentleman just praising the Lord Jesus Christ. This is truly, truly awesome. Look at this.
Reflecting pool.
This is Trump's America, ladies and gentlemen.
Reflecting perfectly.
He knows, and we know who our Savior is. I am in awe. I am overwhelmed with passion and love. The joys. Yeah. Look at this. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it.
And to the loser who just texted me and said, I don't want to hear Christian music, but you're okay hearing the call to prayer in New York. But a group of Christians can't sing outside the reflecting pool, which has been decaying for decades, saying it's going to cost tens and tens of millions of dollars to fix. Trump gets it done and everybody's whining and complaining. You know that there are over 40 monuments in D.C. that have been repaired under the Secretary of the Interior? What have we been doing for the last 30 years? Letting our monuments fall into disrepair and decay. Now we're fixing it and people are finding something to complain about. Only in America. You know, that guy, wherever he's from South Africa, he can't go and do that. We have completely lost our way. And I know I'm a little bit harsh and a little bit tough on people, but I'm telling you what, there is so much more good than there is evil. And there's some people out there who need to hear that. There's more to life than Fox News and politics.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Man, you can't make this up. This is gorgeous, man. Praise the Lord God Almighty. Praise Him with all your heart. Believe in Him like a child. Shout, shout, shout. Oh, man. Look at this. Wow, God, you are so good. Thank you for so many blessings. Thank you for everything that you have done for us.
Yep, and that's the end of the video. And what I want to say is this, and I'm going to really stick it to you libtards. And it's rare for me to go out there, but don't ever forget that the United States is founded on the biblical principles. And you can sit there and you can try to rip it out every which way to Sunday, and you might forget. We might forget for a little bit. But I promise you that when the United States held this World Cup and they were the one world planners and organizers, they were not planning on the Europeans taking their cell phones and having the time of their lives. And we haven't even gotten to Buc-ee's or Waffle House, fam. You are tuned into the Andrew Gosser Show on 103.9 WYAB. We'll be right back.
.9 WYAB.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7
what's
a.m.
up?
Highway 18 and
Hey, man, I know we're in the break, but anyway, glad to have you back. Hope you had a great
trip. But it sounds a little hypocritical then whenever you're telling us to turn off of Fox News and then you come on and say that, you know, you don't like Tucker and you don't like, you know, all these, like Alex and all them. You sound like Fox News when you say that, and you tell us not to watch Fox News.
Well, you know what? I'll address it in a quick break because you bring up a point. And but I do like Alex Jones. I just don't agree with everything. I do like Tucker, but I don't agree with what he pulled there with that. But it's a topic, and we can talk about it.
Oh, man, I'm not trying to break up your segment. I think you're doing great, pointing out the great things about America. I'm not trying to change the subject. I'm just talking to a friend.
Yep. No, I appreciate it, and I think that's one of the things that we have to do. You know, we can't be absolutist, but I get it, and I appreciate it, Brother Rick. And whenever you're ready to come in, you just let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
MyPureAirConsultants.com. Ream and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
You wake up tired. You drag through the day. The drive's gone. The focus is gone. And somewhere along the way, you stopped feeling like yourself. At Live Better Men's Health and Wellness in Gluckstadt, they help men take control again with personalized testosterone therapy, wellness treatments, and real answers. Fast lab work, real medical professionals, no judgment. Stop settling for fine. Start living better. Live Better Men's Health. Online at livebettermen.com.
It's all systems go this month at Mazda of Jackson. With rates as low as 0% with approved credit, come test drive the all-new, fully redesigned 2026 Mazda CX-5. More room for you and your cargo makes the third-generation CX-5 the best yet. Mazda's best-selling SUV also comes with 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. And Mazda of Jackson still specializes in certified pre-owned vehicles with hassle-free trade-in options available. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
Are you thinking about your next vehicle purchase? Hi, I'm Casey Ellis, owner of Ellis Autoplex in Brandon. If you've been searching for a clean diesel or half-ton truck, your search is over. At Ellis Autoplex, we specialize in the vehicles people actually want. Whether you're upgrading, buying your first truck, or looking for something the big dealerships don't have, Ellis Autoplex is worth the drive. Stop by and see why more and more people across the Southeast are choosing Little Truck City. Follow us on Facebook or shop online at ellisautoplex.com.
Hi, this is Rita Jensen with Remax Connection, and I want to tell you I've lived in Flora for over 50 years. I'm a graduate of Tri-County Academy, went there the first day the doors opened. If you're thinking about putting your children into Tri-County Academy and need a place to live, then give me a call. Without a doubt, the Flora expert when it comes to real estate. So if you need a place to live, give me a call. Rita Jensen, Remax Connection. 601-720-4037 or go to my website, ritajensen.net.
Our flag was still there. The official 250th celebration flag is available at a complete flag source on I-55 North in Jackson. It's just one way you can show your appreciation for the greatest country on earth. Flags for all occasions. International and state flags too. Flagpole construction available. You can check it out at CompleteFlags.com. A complete flag source, I-55 North in Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the Andrew Gosser Show right here on 103.9 WYAB. We're moving and grooving. Smoke them if you got them. I'm not a drug user. Don't use marijuana. Don't like it. Don't want it in my body. But the Supreme Court just said you can light them up and own a firearm. Hey, how about that 9-0 ruling? Even Ketanji Brown Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, has got a little bit of that 2A love in her. Yep. People are asking me about the school bus and Andrew, why you talk about school buses, because it's awesome. Listen to this. Here's I've got more of this clips, but this one I got to get in before the break.
One thing I'm loving about the World Cup is seeing everyday American people finally get their moment in the spotlight. Seeing the way you've welcomed the Scots in Boston, the Algerian folks in Kansas, the Dutch in Texas, it's just been beautiful. Seeing all this all over my For You page and in the international press has been just honestly such a breath of fresh air, because for once, just once, the lead story isn't intentionally divisive politics or celebrities or some manufactured rage bait on the internet. It's just everyday American people being themselves, kind, welcoming, and yeah, a little confused at our food choices. These are the real people, like the people who are actually the fabric of the country. Take the random folks I met in Tennessee. I was standing outside an Arby's thinking, what is this place? And they were like, dude, if it's a nice dinner you want, maybe don't go here. Then they pointed me to a local barbecue place, and I ended up having one of the best meals of my life. That is the US I know. And I think that's what the World Cup is showing a lot of Europeans. The headlines will show you a country, but Americans will show you America.
And isn't that the truth, ladies and gentlemen? Americans will show you America. And the truth is, I would like to think that most Mississippians would do a European a solid and point them out in the right direction. But we know that there's that 4 or 5% who are just angry to be angry, send them down a road that gives a bad experience. And we have to combat that every way possible, ladies and gentlemen, by all means necessary. By all means necessary. And I've got a story that's going to use the all means necessary here in the next hour. But this first hour is just too good. Just too good. And I might have to carry over the Scots in Boston are tearing it up in a good way. They're not like causing vandalism or nothing. No, they're not like Knicks fans. Man, they're playing bagpipes at 6 o'clock in the morning and marching down the street, and people are just walking out of their houses and marching with the Scots. Near, with their kilts on. It's you love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. You love to see it. They're coming to America to love America, not to siphon it dry like the Somalis and Ilhan Omar. Yeah, I went there. Because you got people who love America and people who hate it. And for the people who hate it, leave. It's not, this is the one country where you can leave and it's not difficult to leave. When we get back, we've got a lot to talk about the positive power positivity here on the Andrew Gosser Show on 103.9 WYAB. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, I'm all about the power of positivity. I don't want to sit here and be one of these people who just sits there and talks and nags about all the bad stuff going on. There's so much good stuff to focus on. And it's just not my show. This is about you in your life and how you can go ahead and self-improve and just be that person on the block who everybody's like, man, that person's always happy. And that's what I want to be, especially where I'm at in life. All right, I'm going to shut up and let you listen to the news.
They change their behavior, big things are going to happen for Iran and for the world. If they don't, no skin off our backs. Either way, we win.
Details on Iran's nuclear ambitions still unclear, with talks set to resume Friday. ABC's Mary Bruce has more.
As for the issue at the heart of this conflict, Iran reaffirms that it shall not procure or develop nuclear weapons. Reaffirms because it's the same promise Iran made in the first line of the nuclear deal struck with President Obama. But unlike the Obama deal, this agreement with Trump makes no other nuclear commitments, no plan to dispose of its highly enriched uranium. Instead, the agreement is to continue negotiating.
Iran calling the memo a victory. The Supreme Court today issued a decision on whether habitual drug users can legally own a firearm. The case centering on a Texas man and marijuana user who was charged with unlawful possession of a gun. ABC's Devin Dwyer with more.
The Supreme Court's decision was unanimous, ruling that a long-standing federal ban on guns for unlawful users of any controlled substance is unconstitutional, especially as applied to a Texas man who simply consumed marijuana several times a week and was prosecuted.
In Chicago this hour.
Welcome to the Obama
A dedication ceremony for the Obama Presidential Center getting underway, joining former President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama, former Presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and First Ladies. The center opens to the public tomorrow. And in New York City, tens of thousands of fans turning out to celebrate. The NBA champions, the New York Knicks, cheering along the ticker tape parade, including the Canyon of Heroes. You're listening to ABC News.
First time in
From the
Nebraska,
FIFA
and
World
everyone
Cup
told me
to competitive
I'm gonna
business
eat
environments,
runza.
grand
So let's try
ambitions
this out,
into
man.
game-changing
Let's see what it's
achievements.
about. I've had
At
a
Bank
lot
of
of
America,
DMs.
we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge. What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
News this hour brought to you by Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon.
America,
and Skag
you'll
Zero
never
Turn
guess
Mowers
what's just
and
been
products.
discovered
Simply
by
the best.
Europeans who have travelled to the World Cup in America. I can't believe it! Just had my first
keeps on
experience
going.
at Waffle
Over the next couple of
House
days, the rain
at
will be
1
due to
a.m.
Tropical Storm
I'm
Arthur,
sorry,
says the Weather
1
Service,
a.m.
and
Don't get me
several
wrong,
more
I
inches
love
may
Waffle
fall on
House.
central
It's one
and
of my
south
favourite
Mississippi,
places. But
with
I
a
will
flood watch in
never
effect and the
enter a
possibility
Waffle
for more
House
flash
after
flooding.
9
An
p.m.
80%
I'm sorry,
chance for
it
rain
ain't
and
worth
storms
it.
today
Waffle
with a
House
high
at 1
at
a.m.
86.
isn't a restaurant.
The low
It's a
tonight
live
is at
action
75
reality
with a
TV
70%
show.
rain
Unless
and
you
storm chance.
entered that
The
Waffle
chance
House
is
at
at
1 a.m. with a
90% Friday
riot
with a high at
shield,
88.
then
Saturday,
maybe
more rain
you
is
might have had
likely,
a good
and Sunday the chance
experience.
is down
But
to
if you went
40%
in there
finally.
straight
You've got
up,
news on
no
103.9
protection,
WYAB.
I want to
I'm
know
Chris
how that
Davis.
is even
The
possible. A
special
Waffle
election that
House
had been
after
set
9
for July
p.m. is a
14th for the
side
Hinds
quest
County
I never
Supervisor
want to be
redo
on.
between
I
former
did it
District
one
2 Supe
time,
David L. Archie
never
and current
again.
Supervisor
This just
Tony
blows
Smith
my
was
mind
thrown
that
out by the
Europeans are
same
now
judge who said it
discovering the
earlier
thing
this
of
month,
Waffle
Wednesday.
House.
He says
Yes,
the governor is
Waffle
actually
House.
responsible for setting
Welcome.
the special election
Yes,
date.
yes.
If you're getting gas today, you'll be paying about
Waffle House,
$3.58 on
baby.
average across the state for a gallon of regular, says Gas Buddy. If you do not pay your back child support as ordered, you can be charged with felony desertion. And that's exactly what Attorney General Lynn Fitch says happened with 44-year-old Michael T. Stringfield Jr. of Stone County, who was convicted and now sentenced to 5 years in state prison, and he will still have to pay back the $39,000 he owes. If you were planning on heading down to Byram Saturday for the Springing Bridge Festival, the organizers say that it's a no-go for this year, and that has everything to do with the rain. Not only is it expected to be raining Saturday, but the ground is soaked, and they will not be able to get the heavy equipment or anything else in there safely. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
After 30 years, Small Town Music no longer has a dedicated physical location in Canton, but we continue to support WYAB and hope you will by shopping our merchandise and original music online. And of course, you can still call 601-859-8596. Small Town Music, come on and get a look. 859-8596. Call before you're home. We will have a booth on Canton Square at the Emporium, and you can still browse our guitars and support our original music at www.smalltownmusic.com.
Antique Mall of the South has 14,000 square feet of pristine, clean floor space. Home to beautiful, timeless antique treasures. Antique Mall of the South is open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. Check them out online at antiquemallofthesouth.com or go to the Antique Mall of the South Facebook page. You can also read the dozens of 5-star reviews online. Come see for yourself at Antique Mall of the South in Ridgeland. Now open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. That's Antique Mall of the South, Highway 51 in Ridgeland.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related.
And we are back here at the Andrew Gosser Show on 103.9 WYAB. We are moving and grooving. We are streaming on Rumble. We are streaming on X. We're streaming on YouTube. We're even streaming on Facebook, although I don't know how. And we're streaming at the mothership that is WYAB.com. So if you can't pick up our 50,000 watt blowtorch of a signal that is 103.9 WYAB, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the stream. Help us build the channel. Help us build the stream. We'd appreciate it. Look, if you want to be part of the program today, 601-879-0002, 601-879-5060 is the text line. Appreciate the text line. Appreciate the people messaging in chat. I'm trying to get to all of them that I can and might even change the program direction a little bit. But no matter what direction the program goes, the mission here at the Andrew Gosser Show is standard. We are here to equip the saints. Who are the saints? You all are the saints. I planted it. Apollos watered it, but it was God who gave the increase. You know what also God gave us? God gave us Waffle House.
America, you'll never guess what's just been discovered by Europeans who have travelled to the World Cup in America. I can't believe it. Just had my first experience at Waffle House at 1 a.m.
Oh, dude, going into Waffle House at 1 a.m. for your first time. Look out, buddy. I hope you're packing.
I'm sorry, 1 a.m.? Don't get me wrong, I love Waffle House. It's one of my favourite places. But I will never enter a Waffle House after 9 p.m. I'm sorry, it ain't worth it. Waffle House at 1 a.m. isn't a restaurant. It's a live-action reality TV show. Unless you entered that Waffle House at 1 a.m. with a riot shield, then maybe you might have had a good experience. But if you went in there straight up, no protection, I want to know how that is even possible. A Waffle House after 9 p.m. is a side quest I never want to be on. I did it one time, never again. This just blows my mind that Europeans are now discovering the thing of Waffle House. Yes, Waffle House. Welcome. Yes. Yes. Waffle House, baby.
Who would have thought that Waffle House would have had international ramifications? And the reviewer is correct. 1 a.m. at a Waffle House, kind of dangerous. Things happen. It's not all bad, but the European is right. And we love Waffle House. We love Buc-ee's. We love Walmart. We love America. And thank you to the texter who said that in there. I did get a call during the break, and I wasn't even going to talk about it today, but since chat's bringing it up too, let's just talk about it. I have to agree with the caller, and I'm reading the chat from Eric. I have to agree with the caller. You tell us there's more to life than Fox News and politics, yet you come on here every day and talk about it and depend on us to listen to you, with all due respect. I appreciate that. I said there's more to life. And certainly Fox News is not one of the places that I go to for completely dependable news. Do I source it? Absolutely. Do I know that it has a bias? Absolutely. Just like I know CNN has a bias. Just like I know MSNBC has a bias. We all have biases, right? Some people can see the bad things that happen with the Iranian blockade, and some people can see the good things. Speaking of which, let's check oil. Oil prices, $74.70 a barrel, down 10 cents since the last update. We have to have discernment. And I appreciate everybody who's out there and doing that, but I guess that's the American way too. Or what the American way has developed into. Everybody has an opinion and can have it voiced and heard. And on this show, we do so in a respectful way. Even the other side, which gets me into trouble sometimes with other people. But that's all right. That's all right. Now, this is cut up here. But this is going to play into what I want to get into. First piece of political news. But this is Scotland. This is a montage of Scotland singing America's national anthem. be honest, a lot of you have a hard time hitting the free note. You're a little bit flat. They're Scots. We allow it. That's in Boston. That's not even Americans singing that. Which leads me to my first story. I'm getting there, scrolling there, scrolling there, scrolling there, hopefully getting there. And it's none other than our Mr. Harry Enton himself. And it's talking about how patriotic Americans are. And it's absolutely, man, I'm telling you what, X is just doing a madness. But Harry Enton, I'll summarize the poll, and then I'll try to find it in the break, and I'll come back to it. Republicans, we're talking about patriotism, right? And the World Cup is bringing out this patriotism and this nationalism, American exceptionalism. It's on display. We spent the better half of the first hour talking about it. We got a convoy driving past WYAB right now. That's American exceptionalism. Shout out to the guys. Oh, this is another thing too. On my way home from Wisconsin to Mississippi, I got to didn't sit next to a sailor, but I got to meet a sailor from the USS Gerald Ford coming home for leave after that cruise. Longest cruise since Vietnam. Long cruise. What a solid G. Petty Officer Third Class. I can't remember your name, but dude, it was awesome to meet you. He saw my shirt, honor, courage, commitment, live that stuff. But it brings up this thought on patriotism. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, who here flies the flag? Do you fly the flag at your home? Do you? It says that 64% of Americans fly the flag. Or 64% of Republicans fly the flag. Only 20% of Democrats fly the flag. In 2001, guess what? It was both Americans and Republicans flying the flag. And it just goes to show you how far our culture has descended into hot garbage. It's not good, ladies and gentlemen. When you have an American who say how much America sucks and then does nothing about it except whine and complain and post on X, Instagram, and TikTok, it does no good. And I did find it. X, you evil, stinking bastard. Ooh, I almost said a bad word. In January 2001, 90% of GOP supported the flag and proud to be American. In 2026, 90% of the GOP supported the flag, proud to be American. In 2001, Democrats, 85% of Americans were proud to be, or Democrats were proud to be an American. 85% of the Democrats proud to be American supported the flag. And you remember, that's right after George W. Bush won that highly contested election. If you remember that. What do you think the Democrats are now? 29% proud to be an American. And then they whine and complain why they're not succeeding. They whine and complain about stuff, but they don't do stuff. And they've monopolized siloing Americans against each other to go ahead and fight each other and tear this country apart. I say all that to say this. This is coming from the Independent Sentinel. Community College New York adjunct professor wants to bring the U.S. empire down. An Israeli and U.S. hating political science professor, Corina Mullen, was arrested in 2024. She was leading an anti-Israel protest, resulting in $3 million in damage to the campus. She's now lauding Iran's phenomenal military. You know, these are the people who are teaching our kids. These are the people who are going ahead and educating our young skulls full of mushes. There she is. She said she wants to bring down the U.S. empire by any means necessary. Well, that to me means violence. I want to bring change to the United States, but not by any means necessary. By any means necessary, I do want to give Europeans tours of the yellow school buses. She said this at a meeting of the Democratic Socialists of America, DSA, which are the Looney Tunes who have taken over Minnesota. This is having a huge toll on the capacity of the U.S. empire and impose its will. We need to bring the empire down by any means necessary, she raged. And they've got clips of her. I'm not going to play the clips of her. You can listen to speeches of famous German dictators who are now deceased, who were killed in World War II, and you're pretty much hearing the same thing. And I'm not saying that we've got it all right, but we got it so much more right than wrong. And people like Mullen shouldn't be here. You know, it's the freedom of thought is not freedom of thought. It's freedom of mind, freedom to mind, brain, and brainwash your kid. And you have nowhere else other to look than social media to see how great this country really is. And that's where I kind of want to spend the rest of the show, I think. We'll see where it goes. You are tuned into the Andrew Gosser Show on 103.9 WYAB. We'll be right back.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
You can show your pride and patriotism in honor of the 250th birthday of this great nation by proudly flying a flag. And a complete flag source on I-55 in Jackson is the place to find it. All sizes for all purposes. And they have the official 250-year celebration flag. Have a look at CompleteFlags.com. That's CompleteFlags.com.
You love your land, and you have plans for it. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love the great deals on our versatile, reliable lineup, helping you turn dream projects into reality. Visit your Kubota dealer today for the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, 0% financing available, or save up to $5,500 off select compact tractors. Sale ends soon. Stop by your local dealer or go to GoKubota.com.
Visit Davini Equipment in Madison and Jackson or at DaviniEquipment.com.
You can show your pride and patriotism in honor of the 250th birthday of this great nation by proudly flying a flag. And a complete flag source on I-55 in Jackson is the place to find it. All sizes for all purposes. And they have the official 250-year celebration flag. Have a look at CompleteFlags.com. That's CompleteFlags.com.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Let Shelter be your shield. Come see me, Jamie Creel, 601-992-6000.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach. working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
Metal Builder Supply in Pearl provides quality commercial and residential metal roofing, pre-engineered steel buildings, mini storage facilities, pole barns, and steel components with old-time service and competitive prices. Through our commitment, experience, and expertise, Metal Builder Supply has established a business relationship with our customers that will last a lifetime. When you need metal roofing, reflective insulation, trim, or metal decking, contact Metal Builder Supply online at metalbuildersupplypearl.com.
Looking to elevate your ride? Weston Automotive and Rick's Pro Truck have you covered. From rugged bumpers to sleek step bars, Weston's top-notch accessories will transform your truck into a head-turner. And at Rick's Pro Truck, we specialize in custom installations that bring your vision to life. Visit us today for expert advice and unbeatable deals. Weston Automotive and Rick's Pro Truck, where your truck's potential comes alive. Weston and RPT. Trucks live here.
Oh, yeah, the dulcet tones of the Andrew Gosser Show. Yep. Save America Act, we need to talk about it because Leader Thune went on the Sunday show while we were gone saying how we can't get it done. President Trump says we're not going to pass the FISA bill unless the Save America Act is passed to it. And Twitter feed is blown up. So I was going to just check the Twitter feeds of our senior senator, Roger Wicker. Now, he has two. He's got a campaign, and then he's got his official one. And I'm following the Senator Roger Wicker one because that's the one he posts on. The last time he posted on his personal one was the 25th of December of last year, I want to say. He's got congratulations to PM, the Prime Minister on becoming India's longest serving Prime Minister. He's got an article posted from the Jewish Insider on June 9th. And June 8th, congratulations to American people who voted yesterday to elect Prime Minister Pashirian. Nothing about the Save America Act. We like a voter ID. We need voter ID. It's not racist to have voter ID. Do you know what you need to get into the presidential library of Barack Hussein Obama? You need voter ID. You need ID to get in. Now, I don't know what kind of ID you actually require. Are they going to accept a Planet Fitness gym membership? Maybe Gold's Gym. It's a step up from Planet. I'm getting this coming from CBS News, ladies and gentlemen. People in Chicago know how to get to the presidential library. And they give about 15 paragraphs on how to go ahead and get to the presidential library. Parking costs $22 and you need a smartphone. Does that mean that we have to now start giving smartphones to everybody who wants to go to the presidential library? It does have EV charging stations for those of us who drive Teslas. I do not. Illinois residents get a discount with proof of residency, such as a valid photo ID, driver's license, or state ID. And guardians must provide proof of residency. But you still need an ID to get into the presidential library. Do you see how they divide us? Do you see how they split us up? Man, if it was me and I was still living in Illinois, I'd go. Never mind that the contractors aren't getting paid. I've got a whole story on that. It's over budget. There's out of his $435 million contingency fund for the presidential library, President Obama has $1 million left in that. And I guarantee you that's to pay the accountants and everybody else who needs to get tidied up there. But there's a giant story on it. And of course, I will post this on the X feed. People asking for more school bus stories. I think we've ridden the school bus to school. You know, the ride to school bus is always fun, or ride to school on the school bus is always fun. It's always better leaving school, though. You're always happy to get the heck out of there. Maybe you're one of those students who didn't do homework and left stuff for the last minute, and you're just happy to leave school. But everything in moderation. Fox News in moderation. Israel in moderation. Iran in moderation. Only thing not in moderation, United States men's national team. No moderation needed. Go support your country. You end up feeling good. And this is the reason that I don't necessarily have certain social media platforms is because they sit there and they drive the data out of you. For whatever reason, I can't get on Facebook account. I know it's streaming there, but I can't get onto it. And I'll post a screenshot if you want to see it. It's asking me to send a number to a phone number that's not mine. I'm not going to let that happen. And it won't let me get on Instagram. It's absolutely brutal. Because that's the latest thing on Instagram is to look up people who are sitting there being ashamed of all these Europeans being so patriotic because they're now starting to feel patriotic. I feel patriotic every day. I get teared up when I hear the Star Spangled Banner. I love the flyovers. Oh, that's like something too. The Brits can't believe we had a B-52 flyover on one of the soccer games. And the Europeans were absolutely beyond themselves. And I would be remiss if I didn't say rest in peace to those brave 8 airmen and civilians who passed away in the B-52 crash over at Edwards Air Force Base. That B-52 was testing a new radar, and they don't know what happened. But looking at the crash site, there's something that didn't go right. It was the chief, as I understand it, it was the chief test pilot, the colonel, who was actually at the pilot seat when it was blasting off, going to test its new radar. And they haven't come out with many details on it yet. I've got a lot of military folks who were talking about it in the chatter. The cost of freedom is not free. Those flyovers aren't free. Those flyovers are not paid for with American dollars. They're paid for with American blood. Blood is what is paid for there. And yep, no other country in the world does it, only in America. And we have it going on so well, so well. And we sit there and yet we have this one segment of America that just doesn't want to get with the program. And I get it. You know, I'm all for calling stuff out that's wrong. But when we continue to completely rip apart this country, I just don't want to be a part of it. But going through and talking about other Mississippi legislators who are posting on their websites or their X feeds, Michael Guest came out and he's got a post. Might as well talk about it while we're here. With Representative Tim Burchett at the ice cream social. Nothing on the Epstein files. Nothing on the Save America Act. And I am genuinely concerned for Republicans in this general election if they don't deliver. And I do think I have it saved on my bookmarks of John Thune talking about why he can't pass the Save America Act. I don't necessarily buy it. It makes no sense to me how the Democrats can sit there and run circles around the Republicans in the Senate in the majority. But in the minority, it's even crazier. They're running the Senate from the minority. And, if we cannot sit there and get the most important piece of legislation in 2026 through, then we do have to look at our leadership. We do have to do that. If we, man, I don't want to go down this road, but my gosh, what does it take to put a bill on the floor and debate it? And people are saying, "Oh, Andy, you don't understand the Senate. They can add amendments to it." Defeat the amendments. Yes or no vote. No poison pill. Susan Collins went on this giant diatribe about 12 years ago, talking about adding poison pills to legislations. Call it a poison pill. Put it on there. Put the Save America Act on there. See who votes for it and see who doesn't. It's not difficult. I don't understand why Leader Thune doesn't do it. And all of my senior political people who are above me say, Andy, you just don't understand. What I would respectfully say back is that 88% of Republicans and 76% of Democrats don't understand what you're doing either. And right now, if we had a vote to defund the Senate and defund the House of all salaries, and you just go there on your own dime to serve the people, that would pass overwhelmingly. It would be swimmingly. It would be it wouldn't be unanimous, but it'd be close to unanimous. We need to get stuff done, and more and more people are seeing it. We're taking more money out of the pockets of Americans and sending it overseas. Got stories on it over. I get a feed on it every day, ladies and gentlemen. And it's just, do I really choose to go down that or not? When we get back, we got to talk about AI destroying morale at Facebook. You are tuned into the Andrew Gosser Show on 103.9 WYAB. We'll be right back.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store. LS Tractor understands your passion for the land, and just like you, LS Tractor is committed to excellence and superior products. LS Tractor comes with a long list of standard features that are unmatched by other brands and backed with the LS commitment to provide exceptional customer service and satisfaction. You get a lot more for your money with the LS Tractor. Come to the Tractor Store in Richland to experience the LS difference. The Tractor Store in Richland.
At Center for Orthodontics, we believe in family, tradition, and community. From kids to adults, Sandifer offers state-of-the-art orthodontic care with complimentary consultations, so everyone in the family can smile with confidence. Sandifer Orthodontics proudly supports Tri-County Academy and the Building on Tradition campaign, so a short drive to local businesses like Sandifer helps TCA thrive. Begin the journey to a beautiful smile at sandiferortho.com. Sandifer Orthodontics, Highland Village, Jackson, and Gateway Drive in Brandon.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. President Trump in a social media post says the memo of understanding with Iran has oil flowing again and vowed that Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. Vice President J.D. Vance at a briefing pushing back on criticism Iran gets to sell oil and possibly receive access to billions in frozen funds.
I've seen skeptics of the deal. People say the Iranians will never change their behavior. Well, maybe that's true. And if so, they don't get any of the benefits of the bargain. But isn't it worth trying?
The Supreme Court today ruling a Texas man who admitted to using marijuana and was charged with unlawful possession of a gun was unconstitutional. Justice Neil Gorsuch, who wrote the opinion, said it's a narrow decision and does not end the government's power to take guns away from drug users. In Chicago this hour, the dedication ceremony underway for the Obama Presidential Center. That center opens to the public tomorrow. And in New York Knicks fans are celebrating the NBA champions with a ticker tape parade, the team's first title in more than 50 years. This is ABC News.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Cork and Door Company has been providing quality residential garage and commercial overhead door products to Mississippians for over 50 years. Cork and Door is a supplier of garage door parts and services such as LiftMaster, commercial and residential door operators, as well as Clopay, sectional commercial and residential doors, Asta, commercial sheet and rolling steel doors, and Cornell, rolling steel and shutters, with many in stock for the same day pickup. Corkanddoor.com. That's Corkanddoor.com.
The best investment on earth is earth. This is real estate agent Shane Saxton. As I like to say, the government can print more money, but they can't print more land. In the past 2 years, I've sold over $100 million in real estate. Call me today to get your land and home sold, because Saxton Sales isn't just a slogan. It's backed up by hundreds of satisfied clients just like you.
Find one of Mississippi's top real estate agents, Shane Saxon, on Facebook, or call Shane at 601-540-5040. Hopper Property, 601-724-1435.
Managing payroll, benefits, workers' comp, and HR tasks can take valuable time away from running your business. That's where People Lease comes in. From payroll processing and tax filing to employee benefits and retirement plan administration, People Lease helps simplify your back office operations while improving employee satisfaction. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Schedule your consultation today at peoplelease.com. That's peoplelease.com.
It's road trip season again. Is your vehicle ready? Take your vehicle to Green's Tire and Auto on Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland to get it in tip-top shape before you head out of town. Don't get stranded while you're away from home. Preventative maintenance is their specialty at Green's Tire and Auto. And if your check engine light is already on, then Green's Tire and Auto can tell what's wrong and get it fixed. Before you start your road trip, take your car to Green's Tire and Auto, Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland.
And we are back here at the Andrew Gossett Show.
Caller, oh, hey, you're going to have to call back. That is absolutely atrocious.
Absolutely atrocious. Not your fault. Just the line. We'll blame it on the downpour of rain that's happening in Mississippi right now, or in Flora, Mississippi. Not your fault. We'll try it one more time. Hopefully it works.
Blame it on the downpour of rain that's happening in Mississippi.
Hey,
right
are you
now,
there?
Or in Flora, Mississippi.
Hey, Andrew, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I hear you. It's a little bit fuzzy, but it's all right.
Are you there?
Well, look, I just want to pass something on.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I hear you. It's really a little bit fuzzy, but it's all right.
Coming westbound on I-20, coming from Alabama.
Yeah.
Just before you get out of Scott County, the interstate is shut down.
Ooh, the interstate is shut down. Is it flooding or what's wrong with it?
It's flooded all the way across the interstate.
Ooh, holy smokes, brother. That's awesome, man. I appreciate you giving us the update on that.
Well, that nice thing about it is, I made it through just before DOT came and closed it down.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that. Flash flood over on I-20, just west of Scott County as you're coming in.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that.
Yeah, it's just, if you're familiar with I-20, it's just before you get into Rankin County.
Okay, so it's like exit 48 or somewhere down there. No, actually.
No, before you get into back a little bit further.
Okay, so it's like
before you get to exit 54.
Before you get to exit 54. All right. Hey, I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for the heads up.
Yep, no problem. Have a good day.
Yep, you too, brother.
Hey, I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the water is coming down. I'm not going to lie. Here in Flora, it's pouring, but apparently Mississippi DOT has shut down I-20 east and westbound as you're leaving Rankin County going into Scott County due to weather. And, you know, that's why I tell everybody to, you know, get a weather radio, make sure that they got their app turned on to get alerts.
And, you know, that's why
I'll go home and check on the sheep.
You know,
they're going to be all right. We've got high ground.
They got their app turned on.
But I'm telling you what, this weather is no joke. It's nothing to be flippant about. And pay attention to it. And I appreciate the callers out there.
Is no joke. It's nothing to be
definitely
flippant about.
Keep the listeners informed.
And
I really do.
I appreciate the callers.
But I promised I was going to talk about
definitely
Facebook and Meta and AI.
I really do.
Meta CEO Andrew Bosworth admits the company's AI reorganization was atrocious. And An internal
Meta
memo
and
seen by
AI.
Wired, Bosworth promised
Meta
employees more
CEO Andrew
stability, better
Bosworth admits
communication,
the company's
and a
AI
return of the
reorganization was
workforce perks
atrocious.
as the company
An
seeks to
internal memo
improve
seen by
morale.
Wired, Bosworth promised
Well,
employees more
sir,
stability,
morale
better
at your company might
communication,
suck
and a
because
return of the
Facebook sucks and
workforce perks
Instagram
as the
sucks,
company seeks to
sexualizes our
improve
kids,
morale.
and
Well,
turns them into
sir,
mind-numbed
morale at
robots
your
where they
company
sit there
might
and
suck
scroll.
because Facebook sucks and
And
Instagram
AI is
sucks.
also
It
taking away a lot of
sexualizes our
tech jobs.
kids
Here's the truth of the
and
matter.
turns them into
Grok
mind-numbed
right now
robots
in
where they
its
sit there
current
and scroll.
iteration, and I haven't used the
And
new
AI
one
is
yet.
also taking away a
I'm
lot of
debating
tech
buying
jobs.
it,
Here's the truth of the matter.
but
Grok
it
right now
programs
in its current
apps
iteration,
and
and I haven't
websites
used the new
better
one
than a
yet.
lot of humans
I'm
do.
debating buying it, but
And
it
it's incredibly
programs
cheaper.
apps and
And I've got
websites
friends who
better
make
than a lot of
Facebook
humans
or
do.
who do website work,
And
and
it's
I
incredibly
use them
cheaper.
for my own website.
And
I
I've
haven't
got friends
updated it
who
in a while,
make
but
Facebook
I
or
use them.
who do website work, and
And
I
I can
use
tell
them
you
for my own
that
website. Haven't
the
updated it in a
AI
while, but
takeover
I
of
use
those
them.
types of jobs is real. AI accounting,
And I
you
can
want to
tell
find
you
what's wrong
that
in government,
the AI takeover of
unleash
those types of
Grok
jobs is real.
and
AI
ChatGPT
accounting,
to go in there and look
you
for
want to find
things.
what's wrong in government,
It would find it
unleash
almost
Grok
instantly.
and ChatGPT to go in there and
If
look
it's
for things.
digitally in there, then we're going to find it.
It would find it almost instantly.
But I had it in
If it's digitally
talking about
in there, then
Instagram
we're
and
going to find it.
scrolling and Facebook and scrolling. I don't even get
But
alerts
I had
anymore.
it in talking about Instagram and
And
scrolling and Facebook
before
and
Facebook
scrolling.
died,
I don't even get
why
alerts
ever they took away
anymore.
my Facebook account, really don't care. But
And
I wouldn't get
before
birthday
Facebook
updates.
died,
I wouldn't get updates from my mother
why
or
ever
my
they took away my
sisters
Facebook
or
account,
my
really
kids.
don't care.
I got
But I
shameless
wouldn't get
AI
birthday
advertising
updates. I
for
wouldn't get
things
updates
that
from my mother or my
I never
sisters
searched for
or
or
my
scrolled
kids.
for.
I got
I wouldn't even
shameless
get updates from my
AI
train
advertising for
pages, which I
things that
would get on Facebook to
I
go
never
check out the
searched
Chicago
for or
and
scrolled
Northwestern
for.
Historical Society as an example,
I
per
wouldn't even
se.
get updates to my train pages, which I
Wouldn't
would
even
get
send
on
me
Facebook
that.
to go check out the
It
Chicago and
would try to sell
Northwestern
me some
Historical
crocheting
Society as an
garbage.
example, per se.
And
Wouldn't even send me that.
it's horrible, but
It
I
would
want to read
try
the
to sell me
sentence.
some crocheting
Workers
garbage.
described the mental nature of the work
And
promoted to
it's horrible, but I want to read the
promoted
sentence.
that they were
Workers
supposed to do
describe
it's
the
as a
the
gulag,
the mental
calling
nature of the
Meta and
work
Facebook a gulag to work at.
promoted that
Yikes!
they were supposed to do it's as a
You know where it's
gulag.
not a gulag to
Calling
work
Meta
at?
Oh,
and Facebook a
Right here at
gulag to work at.
103.9 WYAB. It's a great place to
Yikes.
work.
You know where it's not a gulag to
I'm
work at?
grateful and thankful for it.
Right here at 103.9
This is coming from
WYAB.
Wired.
It's a
I'm not
great
going to
place
read
to
the
work.
whole thing, but it talks about
I'm
how
grateful and
sucky
thankful for it.
is to work at
This is coming
Facebook.
from Wired. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it talks about
Last sentence.
how sucky
Managers would be focused
is to
primarily
work
on
at
managing and
Facebook.
secondarily on independent work, and workers would have access to quote unquote
Last
AI
sentence.
coaching tools
Managers would be
should they
focused
decide to
primarily on
use them.
managing and secondarily on independent work, and workers would have
You know, I
access
used to
to
laugh when I
quote
said that
unquote
they would have an
AI
app for
coaching tools
anxiety, an app
should
for
they
this, an
decide
app
to
for
use
that.
them.
It's
You know, I used to laugh when I
ridiculous.
said that they'd have an app for
So
anxiety,
I was
an
talking to
app
my
for this,
senior
an app for
political
that.
advisor, my oldest son, and my middle son,
It's ridiculous.
and we were talking about scrolling.
So I
And
was
it's
talking to my
interesting because
senior
my
political
senior
advisor,
political
my oldest
advisor does
son,
not have
and my
any
middle
social
son,
media. If you send him
and we were talking about
something from
scrolling.
X, he'll
And
check
it's
it out. But
interesting
if it's
because
got
my senior
Instagram,
political
TikTok,
advisor
or
does not
Facebook,
have any
he
social
won't even
media.
open it. He doesn't even
If you
have an
send him
account for it.
something from X, he'll check it
This
out. But if
kid
it's
is the
got
most
Instagram,
based
TikTok, or
kid
Facebook,
I
he
know
won't
out
even
there.
open it. He doesn't
He's
even have an
30
account for it.
and no social media
This
profile.
kid is the most based kid I know
He
out
says
there.
it's bad.
He's
He doesn't
30
believe in it.
and no social media profile.
And I got to tell you, my granddaughter,
He says it's bad.
him and his wife,
He doesn't believe in
doing
it.
a fantastic job raising my granddaughter.
And I got to tell you,
She's a reader.
my
She's got
granddaughter,
energy.
him and his wife doing a fantastic job raising my granddaughter.
I just can't help
She's
but
a
think
reader.
that they're raising
She's got energy.
not just this generation, but they they got to dumb it down even
I
more
just
than this
can't help but
generation
think
is.
that they're raising
There's going to be something beyond Generation
not just
Alpha.
this generation, but they got to dumb it down.
That's going to
even
be
more
where
than
the
this
move is going to be,
generation
where
is.
the kids are just so stupid
There's going to be something
that they can't do anything other than
Generation
swipe
Alpha.
left, swipe right. I mean,
That's going to be
we were
where the
talking
move
about
is
it,
gonna
how
be, where the
some of
kids
these
are just
kids
so
can't even
stupid
remember to keep their phones
that they can't
charged,
do anything
and then
other
they
than
have
swipe
complete
left, swipe
meltdowns when the
right.
battery
I mean,
dies.
we were talking about it, how some of these kids can't even remember to keep their phones charged.
Saw it
and
happen.
then they have complete meltdowns when the battery dies.
Saw it happen.
Saw it happen.
And when we sit there and become more and more dependent on technology, I think it's more and more important we
Saw
go
it
back to
happen.
reading books, including the good book.
And when we sit there and become more and more dependent on technology, I think it's more and
And
more important
we have
go
a
back to
library at
reading
our
books,
house.
including the good book.
My daughter can read. I can still read, thank goodness.
And we have a library at our house.
But we have to have
My
really
daughter
tough
can read.
conversations coming up.
I can still
Tough
read,
conversations
thank
coming
goodness.
up. I did have some other stories that
we
I
have to
wanted to
have
get to.
really tough conversations coming up.
Mr.
Tough
Archie
conversations coming up. I
over
did
at
have
Jackson
some other
Jambalaya. This
stories
is
that I
coming from
wanted to
Jackson
get to.
Jambalaya.
Mr. Archie
On second thought about that
over at
special
Jackson
election,
and this is coming from Jackson Jambalaya.
Special Circuit Judge Barry Ford realized he can't call
On
a
second
special
thought
election for Hines
about
County
that special
supervisor after
election.
all. And he basically amended
Special
it,
Circuit Judge Barry
basically
Ford
saying
realized
if you
he
want to
can't
have it,
call a special election for
it's
Hines
the
County
governor.
supervisor after all. And he basically amended it.
The governor is going to have to
basically
call
saying
it.
if you
And I'm
want to
not
have
making
it,
fun of him. It'll be interesting to
it's
see
the
what
governor.
Tate Reeves does.
The governor,
You know, we all know
and I'm not making fun of him. It'll be interesting to see what Tate Reeves does.
that there are problems there. I'm not going to say there's corruption, but
You know,
there are
we all
problems.
know
If you want to say there's corruption, just show it to me, prove it.
that there are
and,
problems there. I'm not going to say there's
and
corruption, but
there
are
is
problems.
irregularities
You want to say there's
there.
corruption? Just
Maybe
show it to
the
me,
judge doesn't want to
prove
call it
it,
corruption, and it is corruption.
And
but we need it.
and
We need to have that
there is
corrected.
Irregularities there.
But
Maybe
like
the
I said
judge
too,
doesn't
what
wanna
is
call
the
it
real
corruption, and it is
remedy for
corruption.
that situation?
But we need to have that corrected.
What is the remedy for the guy
well,
out in
like I said,
LA
too,
who
what
won
is the
his
real
mayoral
remedy for that
jungle
situation?
primary, ranked choice voting, and then they just come
What
in
is
and
the
steal it
remedy
afterwards?
for the guy out in LA
And the people
who
don't
won
want to
his
do anything
mayoral
about it.
jungle primary, ranked choice voting, and then they just come
What
in and
do we
steal it
do
afterwards?
with that?
And the people don't want to do anything about it.
I'm telling you this.
What do we do with that?
We are placated. We are pacified. It's okay as long as our cell phone works.
I'm telling
As long
you
as we
this.
got our Waffle House and our Buc-ee's.
We are placated. We are pacified.
There was one video
It's
I didn't
okay
get to
as
get
long as
to
our
today.
cell phone works.
and
As long as we got our
maybe
Waffle
I'll
House
try
and
to
our
find it
Buc-ee's.
again. But have you ever seen a
There
Buc-ee's
was
gas
one video I
station with
didn't get to get to
102
today,
gas stalls
and
in it?
maybe I'll try to find it
102,
again.
and like most of them are filled
But
and
have you ever seen
dispensing.
a Buc-ee's gas station with 102 gas stalls?
There's a
in it?
place in Missouri called Boomland,
102,
Exit 10.
and like most of
if
them are
you're-
filled.
When
and
we used to drive to
dispensing.
Chicago from Terry, and that was the
There's a
halfway
place in
point.
Missouri called
I could drive
Boomland,
up there on a
Exit
tank
10,
of gas
if
with
you're-
my Prius.
when we used to drive to Chicago
Right.
from
People are like,
Terry.
you drive the Prius
And
for that?
that was the
Yep,
halfway point.
Absolutely.
I could drive up there.
I could
on
do
a
a
tank of gas with my
halfway
Prius.
point with my truck too.
Great.
But instead of 10
People
gallons,
like,
I'd need
you drive the
32.
Prius for that? Yep, absolutely. I could do a halfway
And,
point
and
with
while my truck was
too,
comfortable, the
but
Prius
instead
is,
of 10 gallons,
you know,
I need 32.
it wasn't bad. But my point is that these gas stations
And while my truck
have
was
everything
comfortable, the
in them.
Prius is, it
I'd
wasn't
buy
bad.
gifts. I would
But my point is
stock
that
up on
these gas
good food.
stations
It had restaurant
have
in there.
everything in
Gas
them.
was the price was
I'd
right.
buy gifts.
And
I
these
would
Europeans are onto
stock up on
something.
good food. It had
We're
restaurant.
gonna take
in
our last
there,
commercial break
gas
of the
was
hour
right,
of the show for
price was
today.
right.
When we get back, we got to wish
And
the
these
Sweet Pea a
Europeans are
happy
onto
birthday.
something.
You are tuned into the Andrew Gosser Show
We're
on
gonna take our last
103.9
commercial break of the
WYAB.
hour of the show for
We'll
today.
be right back.
When we get back, we got to wish the Sweet Pea a happy birthday. You are tuned into the Andrew Gosser Show on 103.9 WYAB. We'll be right back.
1039 WYAB.
This is Casey Holcomb with Mississippi Hometown Realty. Summer is here, and it's the perfect time to buy or sell. When you're ready, I want you to think of me first. I will help guide you through the entire process without the stress. Check out my website at mshomesforyou.com. That's mshomesforyou.com. This is Casey Holcomb. Still, I'm doing what I love and loving what I do.
MS license number 51833. Telephone number 601-398-1620.
The Tri-County Academy Rebels' success in the classroom and on the athletic stage begins with the Tri-County Academy Booster Club. Join the team and be a Rebel by getting involved and volunteering as a booster. Your involvement is the generator for fundraisers, facility upgrades, equipment, uniforms, and all other needs. Tri-County Athletics thrives in part because of our TCA boosters. Join today by calling the TCA main office at 601-879-8517 and help the Rebels continue the championship tradition.
Hey, this is John with MES. That's Mississippi Energy Services.
We sell, service, and install all makes and models of home and business generators. One thing that we do different than a lot of other companies is we do all the work ourselves. We don't use subcontractors. We go from the original estimate, the design, to the final product. That way we can control the quality of the job from the beginning to the end. We are online at msenergy.us.
You wake up tired. You drag through the day. The drive's gone. The focus is gone. And somewhere along the way, you stopped feeling like yourself. At Live Better Men's Health and Wellness in Gluckstadt, they help men take control again with personalized testosterone therapy, wellness treatments, and real answers. Fast lab work, real medical professionals, no judgment. Stop settling for fine. Start living better. Live Better Men's Health. Online at livebettermen.com.
Potrillo, hear that call? Best Mexican food of all. Hot and fresh, that's what you get. Every plate you won't forget. El Potrillo, vámonos. Best Mexican food around, you know. El Potrillo, come on through. Hot, fresh, delicious for you. El Potrillo Mexican Restaurant.
El Potrillo Mexican Restaurant, located in Flowood and Brandon.
The only thing hotter than Mississippi in the summer is a Mississippi summer when the power goes out. This summer, be ready. Call Cowden Electric. They can install a permanent standby generator that automatically kicks on the second the power fails and keeps your whole house running. Hey, you already got a portable generator? Call Cowden Electric and let them set it up so you can safely plug it into your breaker box and power just the essentials. Don't wait for the next outage. Call Cowden Electric today or visit CowdenElectric.com and stay powered up when the grid goes down. CowdenElectric.com.
Upgrade your yard this season with Hometown Hardware and Grasshopper. Hometown Hardware in Flora is now a proud Grasshopper mower dealer. Own a Grasshopper, own Mow Day. Hometown Hardware also has a great selection of outdoor power equipment from trusted names like Steel and Milwaukee, as well as Hustler. And don't forget, Hometown Hardware is your garden soil, potting mix, fertilizer, and pine straw headquarters. Hometown Hardware on Highway 49 in Flora.
Detroit-style pizza has its own rules. We learned them, then we made it our own. Johnny's Pizza House is Detroit-style pizza. Deep pan crust, crispy edges, your choice of toppings, then finished with the pizza sauce swirled right on top. Mouthwatering cheesy goodness. Order online at johnnysph.com and build your own Detroit-style pizza. Detroit-style the Johnny's way. Order a taste of Detroit this summer. Johnny's Pizza House. Let's share a slice.
Yep, it's no good. Depeche Mode bumper music right there. Look, you want to know how awesome MDOT is? They've got a website, mdottraffic.com. You can go to it. 461 exit 77 on I-20 east and westbound is shut down right now. It's saying that it's shut down. And you click on it, and it gives you all the info that you need. Shout out to our caller, but I just want to let you know that went to mdottraffic.com. Oop, it just clicked, and it's saying that the eastbound traffic is now open, according to this, but westbound traffic is not. So look out over there if you're traveling on I-20. And I tell you what, it's absolutely miserable. If you don't have anything to do today, it might be one of those things where you just do as little traveling as possible. It's a mess out there. It's miserable. No reason to go on long trips or anything like that. But speaking of trips, I went on my vacation. I just want to thank the Sweet Bee for going ahead and planning all of that. She did a fantabulous job. Tickets. I paid for the rental car and all that kind of stuff, but she did a great job. And today, so we get home yesterday. Today is her birthday. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. She's already gone tomorrow. There are many husbands out there saying, yes, she's out of here. Many husbands out there would say, she's going on a work trip. I'm not going with her. Time to go home and do some fishing. Stay on the farm. Not me. I like spending time with my Proverbs 31 girl. Being an example of what a husband should be doing. And today, 51 years ago, in New York, the Sweet Bee was born. And I wouldn't meet the Sweet Bee till later on in life. But I'll tell you what, as a first-generation American, where her first language was not English, it was actually Polish. Her father still speaks primarily Polish, a little bit of English. She didn't learn English till she was 5 years old, ladies and gentlemen. And the American dream was afforded to her. She didn't come over here and try to turn her New York neighborhood into Little Poland, New Poland. Nope. She used the system as it was intended to be used. She went and got an education. She graduated high school when she was 16. She's a smart cookie. I tell people she's the second smartest person I've ever met in my life. Oh, Andy, who's the first? Elon. 2 PhDs, 2 masters, and an associate's. I think she does have a bachelor's too, but I can't remember what it's in. But Sweet Bee, you are someone who has taken life by the horns, and you have done it in a way that's not only great for humanity, but more importantly, built the kingdom here on earth. And I am just so proud of you and everything that you're doing. You're going to Honduras tomorrow. You're going to go preach at the garbage dump. You're going to go preach in the jail. She's even going to the red light district, fam, to preach there. And some people get mad at me when I sit there and talk about my wife, but I'm telling you what, when you've got a wife like that who seriously practices Proverbs 31, you've got to honor and glorify her. And you got to put her on a pedestal and let everybody else know that. So that's what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I missed y'all. I hope y'all missed me. And tomorrow, we'll be back at it again. U.S. men's national team are playing tomorrow. I'm going to go watch it. Until then, everybody, take care. Be blessed. Yes, and amen.